Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Nenden Chiarun Nisa and I would like to present my research about how mathematics teacher develop heart-oriented learning. Okay, uh, the first is about the background of the study. The is the importance of implementation higher order thinking skill or HOTS as 21st century skills, and then the learning activities by teacher usually explain concept in an informative, give away example problems, and provide practice question. And then the third is HOTS will occur if the teacher facilitates HOTS-oriented learning by developing the skills in the learning. Okay, to the next page about the method. The method that I use is the first about design. I use phenomenology with a qualitative approach, and then the subject of the research is mathematics teacher who had taught more than 15 years and attended training HOTS-oriented learning, and then I analyze the research by observation of the learning in the class and an interview, and then the instrument I use is was adapted from various sources and was, and then let's continue to the result in discussion. The first is about a perception and motivation. The teacher linked the lesson to the previous lesson. This is under Cogni's statement that learning activities will be effective when the teacher can connect new knowledge and skills with the lesson that students have learned before. And then the teacher motivates students at the beginning of the learning by telling the benefits of learning with daily life. Mm, High-level thinking was highly recommended to be integrated into the teaching of subject by bringing students into a contextual learning atmosphere. Let's continue to teacher comprehension and management of learning. One of the meeting in the observation saw that teacher was wrong in presenting the concept of the lesson provided. Our Emperor and Wilkins said that learning in the classroom was influenced by the knowledge and skills of the teacher. All teachers, especially mathematics teacher, must keep up to date with the latest information about mathematical knowledge to teach the class. And then about the developing HOTS in learning. The first is that teacher facilitates student thought process thought a series of questions that are put forward as a stimulus which relate to real life so the student can think at a high level. And then the process of analyzing, evaluating, and creating was seen through the learning facilities provided by the teacher. And then the third is about the communication and collaboration activities were not strong in the learning, and activities that involve groups only occurred at a few meetings. And the last but not least, solving the ill-structured problem is not easy. Students can understand the problem keep when the teacher divided the problem into various sub-problems. Problems that were previously ill-structured can change to semi-structured or even structured by simplifying. Okay, and then the use of media and ICT. The use of ICT in the learning can increase hordes of students, but teachers still didn't use ICT fully in the learning. And then the teacher language and personality. Learning was done by the teacher using spoken and written language that seem to be understood by students. And then the teacher skills in choosing language were easily understood by the student. The student can make the closeness with the teacher, as Ramani believed that approach to the student is very necessary to foster student teacher. And then the last is about reflection and assessment. The teacher invites students to reflect on the stage of the learning that have been carried out and feel the assessment of the end of learning. Effective and psychometric assessment conducted by teacher in the form of assessment carried out during learning takes place. And then the last is cognitive assessment is done by teacher giving written tests and oral tests. The teacher gives hot questions for students who organ. Although in the result, there are still many students who get low grades, but the teacher acknowledges that there is an increase in grades. Okay, let's conclude the research. The conclusion is the first about the teacher has started to implement health-oriented learning even though some activities have not been maximized. And then the implementing hot learning is considered difficult, but it can be simplified by creating question or stimulus, learning thought groups, and simplifying the instructional problem into several sub problems. And then the researcher recommend that the teacher be able to make teacher association for sharing knowledge in host-oriented mathematics learning. Teacher can consult and share each other to improve pedagogical competence, mathematical concept, and experience. This is the reference, and then I think enough for me. I'm Nenden Chiarun Nisa. Thank you.